Hello and welcome to Doni Jones Live, where we have a real conversation about building a beautiful life. Today on our show we have a guest that is actually a friend of our show, and a friend of mine, and just a friend to wonderful people around the world that's making a difference. She's an amazing woman, she's an entrepreneur, and she's a mentor to young girls in our community, and she's somebody that has been here before that I'm glad to have again, and I'm talking about Miss Tonya Henderson Freeman. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
I am so excited about this program that you've got put together, and actually excited to be part of it. I know that just getting started, we're getting right into the show, but it's because I'm so excited about what you're doing, what we're getting ready to bring to the world, and I'd love for you to tell the people what you're doing, but tell them a little bit about yourself for people that didn't get a chance to see you before.
Okay, so I'm Tonya Henderson Freeman, native Atlantean. Have an event coming up called A Pink Affair, and initially the event started out as a mother-daughter tea. And this is our 4th year, and it's really grown every year.
Yeah.
Initially at the Ritz-Carlton, we had maybe like 30. And then we went over to the Coach Swan House, where we had about 70. Last year we were at Villa Christina, and we had 100. And only because Villa Christina could only hold 100. And so this year we're going to Doubletree at Hilton, and we're planning to have 100 to 150 guests. So we're really excited about that.
Well, the thing that I'm excited about is the fact that you do this in such a way that it's almost like a chance for young women or girls and their mom or their aunt or whatever significant woman in their life to come together and just experience an afternoon of elegance. You know, how did you decide to come up with this as a tea or as a brunch, as opposed to them just getting together, you know, going to a game or getting together going to a concert? Why was it important for you to do this?
Okay, so one thing is, the premise is that I have an organization called Dolls to Divas Incorporated, and really Dolls to Divas is really just about getting together with girls, having girly time, doing fun things, you know, dining together, having dessert together, shopping together, exposure to different kind of events. So I was like, my 50th birthday, I was like, I want to start doing a mother-daughter tea. And so that's kind of how it kicked off.
Wow. And you just said you're 50, and I'm like, and I've known you for a while, and I know that, but every time you say that, it boggles. No, but I'm just saying it boggles my mind because you don't look it.
Oh,
you know,
thank you.
You just do not look it. You know, and I'll be 50 this year too.
Watch
So you know, I'm coming up right behind you. But you know, I always tell people we make 50 look good.
That's right. That's right.
I think part of the reason why you don't look your age is because you're such a beautiful person on the inside.
Thank you.
You know, and I know that comes from, you know, having good genes, and also coming from taking care of yourself and having a good family life. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself prior to Dolls to Divas? Like, what brought you to this space where you're trying to, you know, empower and help young women?
Right. Okay, so I work for CDC, and I always had a passion for just helping girls. Like, my mom was really big on exposure, and again, both of my parents were educators, and one thing that I really enjoyed doing with my mom was shopping, and always after shopping she would take me to a restaurant, and you know, we might go for dinner sometimes we might just go for ice cream, sometimes we might just go for cocoa and cake, but that was just like so much fun.
Special.
And, right, very special, and it gave us time to really communicate and just have our girl time. So we leave my dad and brother home, and we go out and do our thing. So really enjoyed that. And my mom was a middle school teacher, and just always, I don't know, like a kid magnet. So I was like,
my girls love you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And so I always just wanted to like really help and mentor girls, but in a fun way, not like, hey, do this, you know, but in a fun way. So I thought about Dolls to Divas probably back in like 2005, 2006. Asked my mom, you know, like, what age group should I start at? And she highly suggested middle school.
Now, why is that?
Because well, she said that middle school,
it's an impacting thing.
Yeah, for all kids, not just girls, but you know, kids are really kind of finding themselves. They're going through peer pressure. They're going through growth spurts. They're going through emotional changes. And she was like, this is the age you really want to catch them, you know, because it's like, you know, it could be their age where you make it or break it, you
I
know?
believe that,
And
yeah.
so she was like, they're just all over the place. So it's really a good age to start at. So that is what I did. I started with middle through high school girls. And since then, I've added like, fourth and fifth graders because, we have some really mature girls. So,
I know nowadays I look at girls and I'm like, okay, are you in 5th grade or are you in 12th grade?
I know, right? Like my own child, right?
Your daughter's beautiful.
Thank you.
And she's got a beautiful disposition.
All right, thank you.
You've done a good job with her. But it's, my heart goes, I volunteer at my church. And it's because my heart goes out to young girls, young boys and girls, but especially young women or young girls, because I feel like they don't have the mentors that I had. Like, even though my mom was, had some emotional issues, she was still there. And the other thing is that my grandmother played a lot of the role, like your mom played, would take you to nice places. My grandmother bought me my very first pair of heels. I was like 11, 12 years old. She brought me my very first pair of heels. And, she was a very classy lady. And so she would let me play in her makeup, and she'd show me how much perfume to put on, because you don't want to put too much, because you don't want it to be overpowering. And just how to highlight my features. And then she would take us to nice places and take us to nice restaurants and teach us how to use the forks and the knives. And I don't feel like young girls get a chance to do that now.
Exactly.
What would you say to someone that doesn't have the resources or doesn't have access to what you and I went through as a kid?
Well, I still think exposure is really important.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you asked that, because one thing that a Pink Affair has turned into is not just a mother-daughter tea. It's girlfriends, it's moms, it's aunts, it's godmothers, it's nieces. It's just a lot of women that want to get together and bring another girl or bring another woman. It's empowering, it's networking. So just get into some social events. Just start trying to attend things if they're free. If it's not in your budget, free is always good. Atlanta still has a lot of good free things to do. Get in some organizations if you can. Do you
have some organizations that come to mind that you can think of that would help young women that are looking for those kind of resources for their girls?
Right. One thing is my daughter's a Girl Scout, so that's where we started at. Of course I have Dolls to Divas, and a very interesting point too is one of my friends asked me, so what's the difference between Girl Scouts and Dolls to Divas? And for me, I'm going to say Dolls to Divas is all about exposure, all about just having a good time. There is no agenda.
Right.
There is no, hey, we got to do this so we can get a
We got to sell some cookies.
Right. Or, or you got to, do all the, there's a lot of levels of, skill set and stuff that you have to obtain in Girl Scouts. And so with Dolls to Divas, it's just about being girly.
Yes.
Really. That's the focus. Being girly, having a good time, talking about things girls want to talk about. So sometimes we'll, put, let every girl write an idea on a piece of paper, put it in a bowl, pull the bowl out, the paper out the bowl, and that's the topic we're going to talk about. Little girls have a lot of things on their mind. Sometimes they don't, and not just little girls, middle school, high, all the way, and even college girls have things that on their mind they want to talk about, and sometimes they don't want to talk about to their parents.
I got it.
And so, so there's a very defined line that I have. We're not talking about sex. We're not talking about sex education. We're talking about just being a girl, having a good time, right?
Well, a lot of times I think that's where parents get it wrong nowadays. We're so afraid of the sex talk. We're so afraid that they're, looking at pornography or something. A lot of the things that the girls are dealing with right now are just girl-to-girl relationships, bullying, how to emotionally navigate when you're at school and this person used to be your friend and now they're not your friend, and how that makes you feel. So I admire the fact that you're paying attention to the things that girls are talking about, pursuing an education, where do they want to go next? Being comfortable, maybe not knowing. And it seems like you've been able to tap into that. Why do you think you've been able to tap into that so well compared to other organizations that I see out there?
I think for me, it's my God-given talent. It comes naturally. I have a passion for people. And so just not necessarily just girls. I can think of a lot of different people that I've mentored, but I just think it's my God-given talent. And just like with a Pink Affair, almost didn't do it this year, and you are a really big inspiration to me to do it, to keep pushing, because so many people do really like it and want to get together and just have a really nice time and dress up. You know, just like we don't really dress up a lot anymore.
Well, look at me. I mean, I'm in jeans and a shirt every day.
When we go to church, it's come as you are now. It's not really a lot for young ladies to attend and dress up. We got cotillion, we got other things. So I just really look forward to this event to see everybody look cute. Really,
absolutely.
And let the girls express themselves, let women express themselves. This year we're having a fashion show.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
And you're going to have that shoe cam, aren't you?
Oh, we got the shoe cam. Got to get the shoes, your dress, and just come have a really good time.
That's beautiful. Now you've also got some speakers that are going to be there. Of course, I'm one of them, and I appreciate that. But you do have some powerhouse women that are making a difference. Can you tell us about some of the speakers that you're going to have on the program?
So our MC is going to be Niecy Shaw from 102.9 Classics, and she's on, during the day. I think from like 10 to 3. This is her second year coming back, giving back. And our event gives back to the Pink Frog Foundation, which is a nonprofit that gives to breast cancer survivors. So Niecy really helps us with, promoting that and everything. We have Doni Jones. From Don's Tree Service as our platinum sponsor, so we're really thankful for that. And everybody, this is Doni Jones, just in case you forgot. So she's one of my powerhouse speakers, and she's going to talk about her book, which we have right here, From Failure to Fabulous.
Yes, ma'am.
And Doni has an awesome story to share with everyone, so just really excited about that.
Thank you.
We're going to have Carol Ray Dorsey. She is the owner of the Elite School of Etiquette. And she kicks it off with, just some little etiquette tips about dining.
I need to catch up on my etiquette. My grandma taught me, but I need to catch up.
And she's has pearls. She thinks every girl should have pearls, so she'll have her pearls on site. And we also have Yvette Gavin, which is a motivational speaker certified by Oral Roberts University. She's also a coach and the owner of her business, and it's called Yvette Gavin Consulting.
Because you've got so much going on. But you know what? But the thing is, I've seen some of the roster of the speakers, and every time I look, because I try to look at my goals, I read over what I've got going, and I'm working on the program, and I just thought, these women are doing it. You're doing it, and you're giving these women a platform to touch other women's lives. And for you, I commend you for doing that, and it's like, I look at your life, and your life is just over and over. It's like a gift of service. You're always serving and making a difference. And we're going to take a break and come back and talk a little bit about what inspired you, because you've got a great story, to tell, not just with Dolls to Divas and a Pink Affair, but just what has helped Tonya become Tonya. So we'll talk a little bit about that when we come back. So guys, stay tuned. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Doni Jones Live is sponsored in part by Dolls to Divas Pink Affair. Also sponsored by Don's Tree Service.
Welcome back. We are here talking with Tonya Henderson Freeman, and she is the mind, the spirit, and the energy behind Dolls to Divas, and we are actually promoting and talking about a Pink Affair, which is coming up June 9th at the Hilton Doubletree. The Doubletree. I'm sorry, the Doubletree. I'm in the event and I'm like messing up. I'm gonna let you say it because you say it's so much better.
All right. So we're having a Pink Affair soiree. June the 9th at the Doubletree by Hilton.
Doubletree by Hilton. See, I knew Hilton was in there.
And there's a lot of Doubletrees. So this one is off of Chamblee Dunwoody. So come on out and have a good time with us, all right?
Yes, it's going to be a blast, guys, and we're excited about bringing this to you. And actually, that's what we were talking about before we went to break, the fact that you do this and you give so much from your heart. And I believe, from what I've learned about you that comes from your background. Your dad was a powerhouse, and he was a giver. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay, yeah, my dad was in the APS, Atlanta Public School System. Started as a coach at Grady High School. Eventually athletic director at Grady High School, then athletic director for Atlanta Public School System. In between that, he was a principal at Archer Harper, and the really great thing about it is he actually attended Archer as a kid in high school, so went back to be a principal there. I think he was assistant principal at Carver High School, and he is deceased now, and the stadium or the fields at Grady High School is named after my dad. So his name is Eddie S. Henderson Sr. So yeah, my dad was really a giver. You know, I have men walk up to me today and say, your dad was a really big impact on my life. And so, you know, if I can just carry on that legacy, and you know, that means the world to me. So
well, that's what you're doing for young girls, you know. And the beautiful thing about it is you're actually going to get a chance to hear it while you're still alive. You know, I mean, from year to year, you doing this and impacting these young women. You had some girls at the affair last year that were in college now and starting their own businesses. Can you tell us a little bit about those young ladies?
Okay, so
and you've impacted their lives.
Yeah, so I started Dolls of Divas in 2006. So those girls were young ladies now, were my first cohort. And one of my visions was always have them come back and do events with me. So a Pink Affair has been one of those events that they have been able to give back. And all of that cohort has went off to college, graduated. Some have graduate degrees. Some have started their own businesses. And then they always
how to do that, how to just carry themselves with pride, you know?
Yes.
What do you see as some of the challenges that you've had with trying to reach out to young girls and young women?
It's interesting because I really don't see it as a challenge. I think energy brings good people to you, and so a lot of the girls I started with, I knew their moms personally, to be honest. And then as time went on, you know, other girls would, you know, see what the girls were involved in and want to be involved as well. So I don't see it as a challenge. I think the biggest challenge is having time, you know, when you have your own family, your own kids, and, you know, I have a daughter, you know, making sure she feels like she is my highest priority, and, you know, and then being able to give back to others. I would say that probably is the biggest challenge. And then, you know, the timing of making sure things are just good for everybody. And not overstressing yourself. You know, I'm big about not getting stressed out. So,
Well, I think one of the things that helps you is that you're very organized, you know, and that's one of the things I liked about doing a Pink Affair with you, is that you kept me on my toes. You were like, okay, Donnie, what about this day? Okay, we're supposed to meet for here, be there. And I'm like, okay, I got to be on my P's and Q's because this woman's about our business, you know. How have you seen Pink Affair, because of your input, how have you seen it grow over the last 4 years that you've been doing it?
Okay, so just to, you know, again, just to back it up, it initially started out as a mother-daughter team, and just, you know, like maybe 30 attendees. And then the following year, we decided to do a pink affair, and I did that with another person, a lady named Chloe Taylor Brown. And so we did it at the Coach Swan House, and it grew to like 60, 70 people. And so the following year, I was like, okay, we need a larger place, and so we did Villa Christina, and again, that was stunning. It just keeps growing, right? And I think ladies and young ladies just like to have a good time. I think women and daughters like to have a good time. And it's just an outlet to just let us all let our hair down, have a good time, be empowered, network, and have positive energy. The main thing is we don't want drama, we don't want negative images or anything like that. Just showing that ladies can really be ladies. And ladies can be friends. Because like you said, reality TV has too many ladies fighting. Too many ladies confrontational. And I personally just don't like that.
Well, I don't like that either. And that's why I'm excited about a pink affair. Now, how can we get in contact with you to get tickets? Because I know it's about sold out. I know we're getting close to the point where, it's like, okay, we got some tickets, but this thing is starting to close out.
So again, the event is June 9th, so we're probably about 3 weeks out, if I calculate that right. The tickets are on Eventbrite. So if you go to Eventbrite and search a Pink Affair Soiree or just a Pink Affair, it will come up. And you'll find out more information about a Pink Affair Soiree, and you're going to get your tickets there.
And we should wear pink. I don't think we mentioned that. We gotta wear that. Yes, we gotta.
We're sitting up here with black on.
I know, right? We should both have pink on right now.
We tried. But so yes, the color is pink, or shades of pink. Beautiful shoes. Be creative with your shoes. This is your time to really show your personality. We're gonna have shoe cam again this year. We have the videographer every year. This year we're adding a photo booth, lots of fun photo booth with props and everything, and you can post your pictures immediately to social media. So this is going to have a good time. And this year we're having a brunch, a Southern Classic brunch, and so that's going to be new because each time, again, the meal has even changed. Initially it was a tea, and then we went to a small plated lunch, and then at Villa Christina we had a larger plated lunch. This year we're going to have a brunch, so it's going to be really nice.
And we're still going to learn about etiquette, though. We're still going to be teaching these girls about etiquette and stuff, because the young lady that you had mentioned,
Carol Ray Dorsey. Yes, Carol owns the Elite School of Etiquette. Carol is a native Atlantean, and she's going to grace us again this year with her etiquette tips right before we get into a pink affair. So the other thing I want people to understand is that this is not a conference. This is fun. This is like a day party, and so we just like the energy and the excitement, and just the intermingling of moms and daughters, or girlfriends, or nieces, goddaughter, like my goddaughters be there or whatever. So just to be great.
And all you gotta do is be a lady. Because I think that a lot of times because even when I was telling people about a pink affair, I was mentioning, it's going to be this great mother-daughter event. And it's not just a mother-daughter event, it's aunts, nieces, like what you were saying.
Co-workers. Like I have co-workers that are inviting their friends. My sister-in-law has invited her co-workers, so my family, some of my family, you don't have to have a kid, you don't have to have a daughter. I actually have a friend that grabbed somebody else's kid just because she wanted to be able to bring a girl. So it's just going to be a lot of fun for everybody.
Well, you know what I think would be great, and I just thought of this. There's a bunch of young girls that have become friends of my daughters that I kind of mentor and stuff like that. I think it would be great if I got a table and see if we can go ahead and get them to go, because I think that a lot of times the moms, they want to go or they've got something going on, but for the moms that can't come, maybe if you want to come, bring somebody else's kids, like what you're saying, somebody else's daughters.
And I like your idea about maybe we do have a table where we invite girls that maybe they might not have their mom here or whatever, but they want to still come out and have a good time. Another thing I wanted to definitely make sure everyone knows is that a portion of the tickets go to the Pink Frog Foundation, which is a nonprofit that helps support breast cancer survivors. And breast cancer has really hit hard this year. I've been to several funerals. It's hit hard even in my personal family. And so, you know, I'm really happy to give back to that organization. Last year we were able to give $1,000 back to them.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Our goal is to do more this year.
Yes.
Our goal is to definitely do more this year. You know, I can't thank you enough for what you do, you know, and it was important for me to be able to share this with people because we see so much negativity in the world. And I feel like you're a shining light in darkness, you know, that needs to be out there. You need to be out there. People need to know about you, you know. And of course, I know after I got to know you, I was like, wow, everybody know her. So you can't go somewhere without somebody knowing. But I'm saying even on a bigger scale, you know.
And it's really, that's even a great point too, because I do know a lot of people.
Yes, you do.
But you know, I keep my circle tight with who I give my time to.
Yes, you do.
And so I think that's an important message that we have to teach our girls too. And I'm teaching my daughter that I have a lot of acquaintances in life, but those people that you really spend your time with, you genuinely got to know they love you, they have your back, they're there for you as well. So yeah, I do know a lot of people.
Yes, you do.
But my circle is still very tight.
Exactly. Well, you know, you got to keep your circle tight, you know, because not everybody has your best interests at heart. They might like you, but they don't necessarily love you, you know. So that just, it means a lot that I feel like I'm part of your circle.
Are.
Okay.
I mean, you have been an inspiration to me. I mean, I'm so excited for you to share your story at a Pink Affair. I mean, it's a motivation itself. I'm about to cry about it right now.
Well, see, that's how I feel about you.
Oh gosh, I mean, you all need to be here to hear this story. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to you sharing with us. I'm looking forward to Yvette sharing with us, and Carol and Nisi just being the MC. She's such a energetic woman. So it's just going to be a great time.
It is definitely going to be a great time. And again, share with the people the date, the time, and the location.
Okay,
again.
so we're going to have Pink Affair 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. June 9th at the Doubletree by Hilton, and it's off of Chamblee, Dunwoody. And come out, look cute, get those shoes, and let's have a good time.
Yes, and we are going to have a good time, and we're going to have an even greater time with you there. Please, once again, tell young women about it, tell old women about it, tell your seniors, tell everybody. Last year we had my
grandmother.
And she was
102. So my grandmother is about to be 103 on June 7th, which is also Prince's birthday. I'm not sure if she'll be with us this year. She's still living. She's been a little under the, weather a little bit, but she's about to be 103. A long, long life. Yes. And so we're just excited to celebrate. Well,
she'll be there in spirit, but we want you there in reality. Okay, so reach out to Tonya. Go to Eventbrite. Actually, just go to Eventbrite and look for a Pink Affair on June 9th at 11 o'clock. And we look forward to seeing you there. And thank you for joining us today on our show. Be blessed.